For the reader's information, I transcribe below some notes I prepared for the lecture I will deliver today to staff officers, both American and Brazilian, at the United States Military Academy in West Point. These are merely an outline for oral development, but in future articles I will provide further details. 1. The revolutionary movement is a unique and continuous phenomenon throughout history, at least since the 15th century. Each generation of revolutionaries is consciously aware of being the heir and continuer of the previous ones. This is abundantly documented in their writings. It is a fact, not my interpretation. 2. The movement is continuous, but not linear or unidirectional. It progresses through mutations and internal revolutions and feeds on its own failures, which provide the next generation with a powerful motivation for critically reassessing its goals and strategy. Since its declared goals change from generation to generation, the broader movement has enough flexibility to absorb or repel partial movements according to the strategic and rhetorical needs of each situation. The same partial movement may be considered revolutionary at one moment and counter-revolutionary at another. 3. The conscious continuity of the revolutionary movement does not imply, in any way, that subsequent generations assume responsibility for the errors and crimes of their predecessors. The historical continuity that is affirmed in the realm of facts is denied in the realm of moral judgment. Since guilt, in the revolutionary perspective, belongs to the past, the innocence of each new generation of revolutionaries is a precondition for the very existence of the movement. Thus, the revolutionaries of old, if they bear any guilt, are guilty only as figures of the past, not as revolutionaries per se. Their guilt is attributable to their time, not to their revolutionary activity itself. The enemy of the movement, by contrast, bears not only his own guilt, but also that of his real or imagined ancestors, sometimes even the blame for the crimes of the revolution itself. After killing half a dozen reactionaries, the revolutionary hates them all the more, for these villains forced him to kill them, staining his pure hands with blood. 4. The revolutionary movement does not identify with any of its specific goals, but neither can it define once and for all the essence behind them. In fact, this essence cannot be defined substantively, only negatively. 1. The movement is indeed a movement, a permanent agitation in pursuit of 2. A shifting goal that cannot be defined in the present because only the future that realizes it will be able to behold it as an object of knowledge. The revolutionary movement is therefore permanent movement and futuristic movement. The future, by definition, remains in the future. The revolutionary's day of reckoning with his own conscience is automatically postponed. The closest thing to a moral self-examination in the mind of a revolutionary is the critique of his predecessors. 5. From its origins, the revolutionary movement has been an effort to take the place of the Christ announced in the book of Revelation and to replace him with an earthly agent in the role of humanity's savior. The concrete ends of the movement thus benefit from the dignity of a mystery that can be vaguely announced but cannot be revealed until the end of time. Hence the movement's lack of commitment to its own concrete goals, which it alters or abandons at will. 6. It is useless to oppose the revolutionary movement, at any stage or in any of its versions, with the rhetoric that contrasts ideals with deeds. The revolutionary movement swaps ideals with the same ease with which it evades responsibility for its own deeds. It thrives on the tension between undefined ideals and unacknowledged acts. 2 other tensions are articulated within this one. See diagram between the cult of the saints of the revolutionary pantheon and the devastating critique of past revolutions, and between perpetual motion and the hope for an end of history, a static paradise of universal justice and peace.